Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we jump into my new video, I would like to take a little bit of time just to appreciate to everyone that liked, followed me, or subscribed to any of my social media platforms. Thank you very much for all the love. As you know, this is the beginning of a journey for me in this gaming content industry. So if you have any feedback, any comment, please just drop it in the DM. I'll try to improve as much as I can for my videos to be as pleasant as possible for you guys and for me to be able to teach you as much as I know so you can go and rack those wins or as many kills as you want. I would also like to mention to you guys that these educational videos tend to be quite long, and for that reason I have been adding in the descriptions below timestamps so you can navigate through the video without having to watch the whole thing. So if you have seen something that I'm trying to teach you, you can just skip ahead and you don't have to waste your time watching something that you already know. Now specifically to this video, this is the second part of a three-part video as I've mentioned before in my previous one. So if you still didn't watch it and you want to learn how to play with a Juggernaut and you don't know how to get it, just go to my first video. I'll just drop it in the comments below, or I'll just add it to my left or my right. I still don't know where I'm gonna add it, the thumbnail, so you can go directly to it where you can learn how to do the Easter egg and get the Juggernaut yourself. Today we're gonna skip all the process of breaking the Easter egg code in the museum and we're going straight away to when you start playing with the Juggernaut. And today's video, it's all about getting those wins consistently. As you can see to my left, I added this new interface, so it's easier for me to put some bullet points, some notes that will be super easy for you guys to get a general picture of the image that I'm trying to compile for you. And before going into our games, I would like to share with you guys some specific information about the Juggernauts that I'll be adding again, like I said, to these important facts, so you will get a better knowledge about the Juggernaut itself. So without further ado, let's get all the information that we need to learn to understand what's our pros and cons. So let's jump into these characteristics and let's start using this board that I have just next to me. We'll do just a resume of the things that you need to know, and then we'll go into some games so I can show you exactly how to get those wins. Now, the first thing that you need to know is that the Juggernaut has approximately 4000 HP, which is approximately 16 times more health than an average player. An average player has 150 HP with an extra 3 plates of 50 each, so it goes to a total of... my math is wrong. It has 100 HP, it has 100 HP and a total of 250 by including the 3 plates that you can add to each player. So 250 in total, 100 base health, and the Juggernaut has 4000. Now, bullet-wise and weapon-wise, the Juggernaut has a minigun. This minigun comes with 200 bullets, and whenever you finish those bullets, it's going to start reloading and you get another 200, and it's infinite. It will never stop. You can use as much as you want. However, I would advise you to use it carefully, and I will explain to you at a later stage why I'm saying that. Another thing, as mentioned already, was the reload. The reload is super slow. You have to really be careful when you try to reload it. Another thing that I really need you to bear in mind is how slow the Juggernaut walks. You really need to be careful and pay attention when you're moving from house to house or from when you're moving in an open field. Now, when you are in close range, Juggernaut is very strong, has a very big potential to kill pretty much anyone that appears in front of you, but because of your slow movement, people can run away from you, and if they create distance between you and them, it's going to start being a bit hard for you to hit those shots, just because even if you aim that minigun at far ranges, it appears like you're doing hip fire, and this weapon doesn't have a good hip fire at all at long range. So bear that in mind. And 2 more things, and the last ones. You can still open a parachute when you're using the Juggernaut. However, if you don't open the parachute, the Juggernaut is not going to die. He's going to do what I usually call a Hulk smash, which basically creates this aura around him that if there's any players or any vehicles, the players will be instantly downed and the vehicles will be instantly destroyed. And I'm going to try to show you that as well in the videos. So without further ado, let's go to our games, where I will show you exactly what you need to do and which strategies you can follow depending on what you want to do in this game, if you want to win or if you want to get as many kills as possible. But I'm going to show you both of them and then you can decide for yourself. So let's just go. Alright guys, as I mentioned in my intro, I'm going to skip straight away to the part where I'm going to drop the Juggernaut and we're going to start playing from there. In this game I'm going to show you the tactic to win. The only tactic you should follow in case winning is in your mind. And I'll be playing the video behind me, and I'll try to comment everything that I'm doing so you can see my thought process and exactly what you need to do. Let's go. So now at this moment, I have the Juggernaut in my hand and I'm throwing it down. And you may asking, why am I going to an EnVvyh, which I call it a motorcycle in game, okay? Motorcycle is the only vehicle that you should take when you're playing the Juggernaut, and the reason behind that is that you can swap seats, and I'll demonstrate to you as soon as we find a player that we need to kill or another vehicle that is coming to challenge you. You're going to see the specific reason why the EnVvyh is so important, and you shouldn't be using any SUV or any truck or any of the buggies. Sorry, I call it the buggy. The real name is, let me check for you. It's Tactical Rover, which is the one that it's half open, okay? So now we are with the Juggernaut. You can see on my right hand corner what I was telling you. You have 200 bullets, they are infinite. I'm driving the motorcycle, is the fastest one as well. And the first thing that I've done after I got the Juggernaut was to go straight away and start doing recons. As you can see now, there's already a player trying to aim at me, and you saw exactly the reason why we're using the EnVvyh. We managed to change so easily from one seat to the other, and because there's only 2 seats, you're not going to do a full rotation of 4 seats. You go back to 1 seat where you can shoot straight away, and you can again press the same button to change seats, and you go directly to driving the vehicle, and that's going to help you so much into getting out of situations, into getting into fights and running out of fights, into avoiding the smoke and avoiding other trucks and other cars from trying to run you over, because you need to be very careful with that. If a truck or a big car comes into your direction, you need to you need to drive your motorbike away, because these vehicles are going to basically explode your motorbike. So now, as you can see, the strategy is very easy. You just go from recon to recon, and you complete it until you see the final circle. Whenever you have the final circle, probably that's not what you like to hear, but if you're really playing for the win, your best bet is to camp as much as you can, go inside the house and stay there. People are still going to try to challenge you, but you have the upper hand in all the fights. No one can hit you with a precision strike. No one can run you over with a vehicle. No one can match you in a 1v1 gunfight. And bear in mind, we are playing solos here, which is the easiest game category to win with the Juggernaut, because you don't have a full team trying to combine themselves and trying to combine their efforts to kill you. You only have single players that eventually they're going to have to kill themselves, and they will never play together. And to be honest with you, whenever you play against a Juggernaut, the easiest way, I'm not gonna tell you this, we're actually gonna leave this one for my next video, which is tips and tricks how to kill the Juggernaut. Now, continuing, as you can see, it's the same non-stop. I'm probably just going to skip forward till the part where I've done all the recons already, and I'll catch you up in. So let's continue, guys. As you'll be able to see shortly, I'll open the map, and I will have all the circles already pinned for me in the map. I'm just doing the last recon, which is the one that is gonna tell me where the final circle is going to move. And after doing this one, there's no point in doing any more recons, so I just picked a bounty just for some fun. As you can see, at this moment we have 24 players left, with me included. I have 1 kill at the moment here. I'm going to get the second one, but I'm definitely not playing for the win. I'm definitely not playing for kills. I'm playing exactly for the win, and I only came to challenge this guy and the bounty because I had a trophy in my motorbike, or else I would definitely not do it. It was fun to go and kill this guy, but it could cost me the game. As you can see, the HP bar of my bike, it's super low at this time. If I didn't have another bike here, it would be a complicated situation. I would have to be using other vehicles that I don't want. So again, if you're playing for the win, I would advise you to just do all the recons that you can and that you need to see the final circle, plus the circle that the final circle is going to move to. And if that area it's going to be inside a house, perfect, you just go and camp it. If it's not inside the house, you just have to see the other circles and see which ones are inside the house, And then the best trick that you're going to do, and I'm going to show you in this one as well, is because the bike is such a small vehicle, you can go inside houses with it. You can open doors and go and place your bike inside. The reason why you need to do that, it's because, again, playing a Juggernaut is not the type of game that you can go in the open and you can walk around. That's a no-no. You really need a transportation, and again, I'm sorry to emphasizing this, but the ATV, the motorbike, is the one that you need to have. And again, going back to what I was saying, you need to go to the house that is closest to the final circle and stay there, because you need to avoid any confrontation as much as you can. Now, the worst thing that can happen to you is to lose the motorbike and have to walk throughout an open field. So for that reason, I'm going to camp with the bike inside this fire station just here. This one has a big opening where vehicles can go inside, but even these small doors that I just entered, and even just one door doesn't need to be one of these two doors, you'll be able to get in with the bike, close it, and you protect the bike from an airstrike. Now this guy is trying to run away from me, and I'm going to do the ult smash that I told you. As you can hear, it was this big explosion. The guy didn't die and the bike wasn't destroyed, I believe because the height of the jump was not that high, or probably because he managed to run away from the circle area. When the Juggernaut hits the floor, it creates this circle, and he was probably outside the range. As you can see, what I was telling you, the bike is inside the bike is inside the fire station. I'm closing all the doors because open doors influence airstrikes. If they throw an airstrike and the door is open, there's a higher chance for it to hit you. If they are closed, most likely they won't. And I'm going to skip again a little bit further towards the end of the video, because this is going to be a camping game where I'm going to stay here, and at a later stage I'm going to leave with the bike and start hunting people down without leaving the bike. Jumping a bit more further towards the end of the game, as you can see, nothing happened. I was just camping and protecting myself and my vehicle as much as I could. Now the smoke is starting to fill this area that I'm in, which is this house, and I can no longer stay here and protect myself or the vehicle, so I'm going to leave. And because the circle is starting to close, I'll be able to catch everyone in an open area, and this guy that I'm going to kill is going to be the first one. As you can see me swapping again from being in the vehicle and running it to firing at someone, and then with a small button just go back to my vehicle and continuing to ride it. It's the best thing that you can do. I'm literally just against one guy, and you're going to see how much patience I have to kill him. In this moment I have to stop the video, and I'll go back just to show you again what I did. This was totally intentional, because you always have to think that person has a precision or a cluster airstrike with them, and if that person knows how to play or it's somehow decent, he's only going to throw that airstrike whenever you leave the bike. So you'll see that I'll intentionally leave the bike. It was not intentional for the bike to go that far, but it was intentional to leave the bike, to be able to bait the guy to use the airstrike and then go back into the vehicle and run away, as you'll be able to see. I didn't even try to shoot him, it was not my intention. This was my intention, to get this precision strike out, get into the vehicle again, run away, and basically this guy has 10% chance of killing you, as it's only 1 versus 1, and I managed to stay super healthy throughout the whole game by camping. I'm sorry once again if that's not what you want to hear, but this is a strategy to win and not a strategy to get high kills. You can see again how patient I'm being to avoid having a confrontation with this guy from far. I don't want to do that because my gun is not gonna hit him from this distance. I could go close to him, but then I would be vulnerable to him to destroy my vehicle and also give me a lot of damage by destroying the vehicle. And to be honest, that's actually what's going to happen, because I will not be able to manage to build enough range that separates me from my bike when I start into challenging this guy. And you'll see how how easy it is for you to get damage. I'm currently at, I would say, 98% of my HP, and boom, this guy destroyed my vehicle just next to me, and I lost approximately 30% of my health. So you need to be very careful. This was an open space, it was only one guy, it was very easy to get this win. However, you need to pay attention to all these aspects in order to be able to rack wins consistently. All right, now I will show you another type of strategy. Is the strategy that you go with your bounties and you go for the kills. You can get a lot of kills playing a Juggernaut. However, it's a more risk. I cannot say it's a higher risk, high reward, because it depends on which reward you want. If the reward is to get kills, yes, it's a higher risk, high reward. If the reward is for you to get wins, it's an unnecessary risk, is a high risk for, I would say, no reward at all. So you need to decide what you want to do with this Juggernaut. And now I'm going to show you a game that is probably going to be more interesting because there's going to be some kills involved. And let's go. So now let's jump into this game that it's basically a more kill-orientated game. I'm just getting the Juggernaut once again, and once again I'm going to skip all the process of getting the Easter egg. If you want to know how to break the Easter egg and get the Juggernaut, you can see my first video. And if you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for that already in advance. So now you see me getting into an SUV because it was the closest vehicle I had. So I got a car just to get to a bike as fast as possible. Now, I'm going to go from bounty to bounty in this game. I do not believe I will do any recon, but there's a big disadvantage of that, which is putting yourself in a situation where you can die if the other player really knows how to play. And you do get some life back, and you will see whenever I kill a player, you get a small percentage of life back whenever you kill them. But sometimes, and in some places, it's very hard to make it worth, because if a player is in a house, you run so slowly that it's impossible to follow him. You have to predict what he's going to do, and only if he is not good, he is not going to predict what you are doing, and he will let you kill him. So bear that in mind. Here I see another player far away. It's so bad. I feel so bad for this guy because, man, he literally just used this snipe for no reason, and he gave me the chance to go and pursue him. And as you can see, because I didn't have a trophy, like I was mentioning, this guy was able to destroy my vehicle. I didn't even manage to see with what he destroyed my vehicle. I'm guessing it was with a C4. Who the hell still uses C4 after they were nerfed? I don't know. But I was super lucky to have another 2 motorbikes, as you can see in the map, that I can just go and grab them. Again, if I was in an open field, and players usually tend to run to you to try to kill you because it's fun, I would be in a desperate scenario, in a horrible place to be. So I'm just going to run, most likely to get a bike and continue with my bounty. This game we're gonna drop at least 10 kills easy by running after these guys. But it's not easy, it's not safe, and you need to be really lucky to be able to rack these kills. Again, especially if they are camping in a house. If they are in the open field, man, that's the easiest way to kill someone. I'll let you enjoy a little bit of the gameplay without me talking all the time. If I see something that it's interesting to mention, I will then mention it to you. In this situation, the doors are open, as you can see, but the doors are open, as you can see. I didn't have time, or it didn't cross my mind that a cluster would be able to destroy my bike. I thought that precision airstrikes were only the ones that could do that. I was wrong. As you could see, clusters, they also can destroy your vehicles and hit you inside the house. So I cannot enforce enough that when you are inside the house, close those doors and make sure that you don't get hit by these clusters, because at this time my health was at 50%. If I didn't see this guy that just came from Gulag, which is the one that I just killed where I'm at the moment, I would be at 50%. Now I'm currently at around 75, which is okay, but I'm in such a bad place. I don't have any vehicle. Look how slow I am walking from one area to the other. So now at the moment I'm trying to go and get a buggy. It's not the best vehicle, but it's the closest one to me, and it's the one that without any doubt, I need to be able to get away from this situation that is a bad one. So as soon as I'm trying to get this vehicle, I get a cluster strike. You can see how hard this game is becoming. If you were playing for the win, just doing just doing recons from recons, this game would be a breeze. It would be super chilled. You wouldn't be stressing at all. However, because people see that I don't have a vehicle, they try to challenge you and to ruin your game. Again, this guy threw a cluster strike, but he didn't know what he was doing. He just threw a cluster strike because he thought that it would somehow give me some damage, which was a nonsense. His only play at that time would be to destroy that vehicle, that car. It was the right play. He basically didn't care about that car, and for me it was perfect, because eventually that's what I'm going to do. As I said, I jumped and I went to the vehicle, and when I went there, I saw a guy. That's correct, I just saw a guy here, and as you can see, this vehicle is not the same as the bike. I cannot rotate into another seat. It's more difficult, because if I change to the opposite seat, if I want to go back into the driving seat, I have to do a four seat change. So it was just easier for me to leave the vehicle and kill this guy. Again, it was a bot. It was just there to see how a Juggernaut looks like, probably, and he just gave me health that I desperately needed. We continue in getting those recons. And I'll try to get the bike eventually if there is any. I can see one next to the bounty, so that's probably going to be my play. This guy is in the open. He cannot do anything. I just need to be able to see him. This game is being super frustrating because everyone is managing to destroy my vehicles. As you can see, everyone is still playing with C4. This was a super recent game. I was a bit upset, as you can see, because now I had to find another vehicle. I tried to run away. I tried to get out of the vehicle in time when I saw that he had a C4, and distance myself from that explosion, so it wouldn't drop my life more than I needed it to drop. But I didn't manage to do it in time. But what to do? That's just how it is when you're playing this risk type of games, going after high kill games. Alright, as you can see here, it doesn't have much of a choice, much of what to do. I'm just going to destroy his vehicle, disable it, and then this guy, well, at least he didn't destroy my vehicle, but there was another precision airstrike incoming. He ended up killing himself with his own airstrike, which was good. I still got the kill for that. And this is another thing that you can do. You can swap seats and reload your weapon. Meanwhile, you are in the back seat, and then whenever you just finish, you don't have to wait for all the animation of the weapon. You can just go back to the original seat as soon as you see that your weapon got reloaded, and continue driving wherever you need to drive. Back to another bounty. This guy, it's gonna be as well in the open. It's gonna be another easy kill. I can see him already. This one, I'm gonna drop the vehicle just because it's easier for me. This guy has some cover, so it will be difficult to kill him if I'm inside the vehicle, because I'm going to need to maneuver the obstacles that are in front of him. And moving on, this is open field area. I don't know if there's someone here, but most likely there is. There has to be someone rotating from stadium and downtown. This guy, again, easy kill. No one has a chance if they don't have airstrikes or if they are not inside the house. Again, just reloading the weapon by not leaving the vehicle. And I'm just gonna leave the gameplay at the moment. I have 7 kills. There's 7 players left, 8 including me. I'll just leave you guys to watch the end game of this one without any more comment, because I don't believe there's any need. And I don't remember how it finishes, so I'm just going to look at it with you guys. Right? Let's go. Ridiculous. This is so overpowered. It's so overpowered. It's broken. This is so broken. If you know how to play, with the Juggernaut how to position yourself and how to avoid airstrikes, how to avoid people killing your people destroying your vehicles, and how to avoid being in situations that you don't want to be. It's super easy. This guy just sent. This is something that players tend to do. You need to be very careful with it, and that's why I'm also not going straight in one direction at the same pace, because people tend to throw airstrikes at an area that they think you're going to be at, and because of that you won't get any notification of the airstrike incoming. You're just going to see in the map. So that's why I had the awareness of seeing the small planes in the mini map, which allows me to know that someone threw an airstrike somewhere in the map. And the only information that I know about that is that it was not where I was, that it's not where I was, because if it was at the location, the specific one that I was at the moment, that they threw it, I would get an information in my screen, and I didn't get any information. So this guy tried to hit me with the airstrike in a distance by planning where I was going. He was planning ahead where I was going to be, so he could kill me with the airstrike. That's very smart. That's a very good play. However, you shouldn't be doing it in case you are in the other end and you're playing against a Juggernaut. You should wait for him to be in other kind of situations, which I will explain to you in the third video. And basically this is just a 1v1. There's pretty much no chance. Again, the guy already used his airstrike. I'm full HP. There's no chance of him killing me. I'm just at the moment playing with my food, which is not even fun to see. It's disturbing, but it is what it is. All right. I do not know that the guy is there. However, from map knowledge and map awareness, that's pretty much the only place where someone will be at this point of the game. So I'll just wait for this guy to appear. I didn't need to challenge him. I could even wait for him to die for the smoke because I'm so full health. But even though everything is in my favor, you see that I don't leave my bike. That's the most essential part of this game with the Juggernaut. You cannot impair yourself from fast movement. You need to be able to always have a vehicle. In this case, like I said, a motorbike. This guy is just gonna peek. Poor guy, can see him already. And you don't see me going for rushing a kill. There's no point. I have all the advantage. I just leave the place and I wait for him to come to me, and he has no chance, zero chance. That's it, guys. That's it for this how to win consistently with the Juggernaut. I'm going to review it and see if I missed something. If I did, I'm gonna add it somehow to this video or to the comments. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you will manage to use these videos that I put out for you guys in order for you to get some wins or some kills. Please use it as much as possible until it finishes. Again, disclosure, it will finish super soon, because I believe it will end with the battle pass of season 6. So whenever they update it to the season 7, there will be no more Juggernauts around, or at least not through the Easter egg. So enjoy it, get as much as you can from it, and I really hope I helped you learn how to get it and how to win consistently with the Juggernaut, the tips that you really need to know in order not to die. And if that's the case and I managed to help you, please just drop a like, subscribe, take a little bit of your time just to send some love into my direction. I will really appreciate. If you have any doubt, any questions regarding playing a Juggernaut or regarding anything related with the game that you need to know, please DM me. I'll be available to answer any question that you'll send my way. And thank you very much once again for watching this video. Thank you guys, appreciate it.